what I used to begin I must have been at the beginning to not say it all. Maybe because I was at AES before she did.
Okay, so we are going to start with dinner, but it's pretty special. A couple of years ago, Peggy's niece published the Sood family cookbook. Mine is all tapped because we've tried some of these recipes at home. But tonight, Vivek and his team have done a wonderful job of using these recipes to create our meals tonight. On this side of the buffet are a lot of recipes from the cookbook, and even the ones that aren't from the cookbook are from the region. And then so that's Indian food, and then there's some Western dishes over here. Some are also from the cookbook. And there will be salads in the middle and drinks on either side. So we're asking people to form lines on both sides of the tables. Get yourself a plate and a glass and find a seat, and then we'll get started with the program. Thank you.
I think for those of you that are working in elementary school, you're probably aware that Marie was not feeling very well the last couple of days. If you went faster, you probably see her crushed a little bit with pain on her stomach. Unfortunately, Debbie is unable to be here this evening, which she, I guess, this makes her feel even worse than her physical condition. But Debbie asked that I read a short statement on her behalf. So this is Debbie. I will try to. You can. So this is serious. Dear State, I have not known you nearly as long as many of the people in this room. Dave, for example. But it doesn't take very long in your presence to know how special you are. You embody warmth and grace, humor and intelligence, thoughtfulness, and down-to-earth wisdom. Whether speaking with a 4-year-old or a 44-year-old, you generate the deepest respect for each individual who has the fortune to be the object of your attention. You have been a mentor at AES, a sounding board, and a friend. Over the years, you have given so much to so many. After all, it is all that you have given to all of us over the years that we have come to honor. More than anything, you embody all that AES stands for. You have been an integral part of what makes AES, and the elementary school in particular, the special place that it is. I read a quote once that said something like, live your life so that when your children think about caring and fairness and integrity, they think of you. For the thousands of children and parents whose lives you have touched, the hundreds of educators who have had the good fortune to work with you, and for this one woman who stands here now, when we think of caring, fairness, and integrity, we will think of Mrs. Peggy Sood. Thank you, Peggy, for love from me. And just for the, can you guys hear in the back? I mean, can you hear? It's okay? Okay. So this is Paul. Right. So what do I think about when I think of Peggy? Certainly her smile and graciousness. Along with Dave, she is a constant host, always making one feel genuinely welcome and appreciated. Her laughter and sense of humor amidst the toughest of times, mixed with an ability to commiserate with you on small to large matters. Her incredible work ethic and her dedication to all constituencies at AES, students, parents, faculty, and staff. Her resilience. How many changes has she seen over the years? How many times has she had to adapt to new leadership and new faculty and staff? Her tenaciousness. We talk about grit these days. It's the new, much-loved term in education right now. It has happened to fit Peggy very well for 30 years here at AES. We see it. We'd like to emulate it. So many of us see her as a model. Her grit is one of the reasons. Her wisdom, born of a substantive work life and a fascinatingly very personal life. To have an opportunity to tap into this has been a lesson, a source of comfort for so many of us. And her love for AES in the midst of whatever travails the school may be facing. And of course, her enviable love of family. Then her ability to take care of business, to make tough decisions, and to do so being thoughtful and caring enough, so that the people at the other end of the tough decisions feel okay about what has transpired. Her knowledge of India and her willingness to share that knowledge to help those of us, in particular, who are expatriates, navigating the wonder and diversity and frustrations of this ever-fascinating country. Her groundedness, the figurative and almost literal piece of support that she provides to all of us who work with her and my guests with her, presenting an attitude of, yes, I share and understand your challenge and frustration, but it's going to be okay, because after all, I'm here. I'm here with you. Which brings us to the problematic part. You won't be with us this coming year, at least not to the extent you have come to depend on us. We can only hope that the learning you have offered us, from 1 to 30 years of it, has rubbed off a bit. And we, because of you, Peggy, are the better for it. Thank you, Peggy. I sincerely enjoyed the gift of professional and personal time with you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mom. I want to share a quick anecdote, which Peggy already knows. But recently, a couple of second graders were packing. Sorry. Recently, a couple of second graders were packing up to go home, and I heard them talking about Peggy. And one of them said, "Don't worry, she's just taking a break." Dang it, Paul. All right. All right. So anyway, these second graders were packing up and talking about Peggy, and one of them said, "Don't worry, she's just taking a break and she'll be back." And I said, "Oh no, actually she's not taking a break. She's retiring." "What's that?" "Well, she's not going to work anymore." "Well, what is she going to do every day?" "Well, she's going to swim in her pool and read a book and talk to her friends and go around town and have fun." And they just stared at me and said, "Every day?" So now we'd like to share some videos and notes from Peggy's fans around the world. First, we're going to see a video from Marilyn Irwin, who's a former AES EAL teacher from 1996 to 2010, and she is contacting me from the Isle of Wight. Thank you to Rajni for organizing all these. Come on, Raj. Maybe I should tell another joke. I don't actually have any other ones. Okay. Or we could start with a letter. Sonia Seth is going to read a message from Harvey Ali, who was ES principal from 1989 to 1995.
Good evening. Last October it was when Peggy walked into my classroom and said, "Sonia, I need to speak with you. Could you step outside?" And so when your principal or the assistant principal does that, your first thought is, "Oh my gosh, what is she going to say to me?" Peggy called me out and said, "I want you to know, you're one of the first people to know that I have tendered my resignation. I will be retiring at the end of the school year." I got through the rest of the day in somewhat of a daze. I drove home, and there was a rush of memories as I did that. memories from the time when Peggy and I first started at AES, which was many, many years ago. And then that weekend, I wrote to friends, former colleagues, and some principals too, and we started what we call now a little Peggy memory book. And one of those memories is a note from Dr. Alvey, who was our principal from 1989 to 1995, and tonight it is an honor and my privilege to read that to you. It has been almost 20 years since I worked with Peggy Sood, but I remember each moment like it was yesterday. Peggy makes an impression on everyone she meets. For me, and the first and lasting impressions are a celebration of Peggy's dynamic personality and drive. She is serious, yet personable, very professional, but enjoys a good laugh on the job. Peggy is all about family, yet loves her AES colleagues as her family. She made India her home, but will always be a New Yorker. She's an expert in the field of teaching and learning. Yet during my years of me working with Peggy, she was a teacher who just wanted to get better every day on the job. My remembrances also extend to Peggy's family. The Alveys always enjoyed getting together with Peggy's family beyond our time in school, and felt incredibly welcome in her home, which enhanced our love of India. Finally, Peggy is one of the reasons that AES is a great school and will continue to be a great school. Her impact on AES will not end with her departure. High expectations for students and teachers is part of the fabric of AES, and Peggy, you have helped weave that cloth. Peggy, congratulations on your retirement and the great future that awaits you. With love, Harvey, Bonnie, and Rebecca Alvey.
So we might be watching a video now. Or we might do something else.
Dear Peggy, thank you for all those years of encouragement and support. I wish you joy, contentment, challenge, adventure, and success in all you do in this new chapter of your life. Maybe we'll even see you on the Isle of Wight someday. Bye.
Just imagine what she looks like. Okay, the next video is from Cheryl and Jeff Perkins. Cheryl was a first grade teacher and Jeff was a counselor in elementary and in middle school. They were here from 2007 to 2014, and they are talking to you from Washington State. Maybe. So the next one is from Jenta Brandstetter. She was a grade 4 teacher. Excuse me, and I guess she was here twice. Huh? The second time was from 2009 to 2011, and she is coming to you from Washington, D.C.
Hi, I'm Jenta Brandstetter from Washington, D.C. Just sending you a message to say happy retirement and wishing you all the very best. Good luck.
2003 to 2008, coming from Madrid, Spain.
Dear Peggy, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to send you a big, big kiss and wish you all the best of luck in this new chapter in your life. I cherish those 5 years I spent at AES fondly, and you were a very important part of that. I send you a big hug from sunny Madrid, and good luck.
Now on to Mr. Bob Mockridge, who was elementary school principal from 1998 to 2001. From 1982 to 1988. He's the one who hired Peggy and Sonia and myself, and I think maybe a few others here. So here's a letter from them. It was in August of 1984, and I was the elementary school principal at AES. It was the week before school was to open, and the first grade teacher informed me that she wanted to return to the States and wouldn't be working. What to do? We were fortunate enough to know a Peggy Sood socially. I knew that she had been educated at SUNY Portland and was teacher trained. Seeing her at church, I asked her if she would take the position. Peggy was very hesitant, so I asked her if she would do it on a temporary basis. Well, here it is, 31 years later, and her temporary job is coming to an end. Peggy is one of those truly exceptional, dedicated teachers that exist in the international school system. Peggy loved her job, spent many long hours preparing her lessons, and giving her students the individual care that each needed. She carried this work ethic into her position as assistant principal at AES, helping teachers and principals adjust to living and working in India. She truly is one of those wonder workers that made AES one of the leading schools in the international circuit. Her efforts are felt worldwide. On a personal level, our families have continued our friendship over the years. We consider the Soods part of the Mockridge family and ourselves as part of the Sood extended family. We still see each other personally and have visited each other both in India and New York many times. One of our sons, Chris, coached her son Abby while he was a student at AES, and another son, Bob, who was a director at AES, promoted Peggy to her administrative position. We, our entire family, wish Peggy the very best in her retirement. If we know Peggy, she will not retire, but do something to aid Indian schools in Delhi. Her legacy will live on. Sincerely, Bob Mockridge and family. And we're now going to share a video from Rob, who was director here from 1998 to 2001. There's one video from Rob and one from his wife, Kirsten.
Hello, Peggy. Hello, AES. It's hard to think of AES without Peggy, so let's not. It's one of the wonderful things about AES. It takes on those who serve there, and they always remain a part of what AES is today. For me, the thing I want to share about Peggy is her integrity. She always had the voice and the courage to say what was needed and to speak for what was right. She also had the ability to say the things that need to be first year as director of AES, I remember asking my leadership team for feedback on my goals and my performance. Peggy wrote and later came into my office to talk about her response to that request. It's something that always stayed with me, and I hope something that has been integrated into my professional repertoire. She noted that I was a great multitasker. I think this was her polite way of saying that I was ADD. She asked me to think about when people came to see me, to stop whatever I was doing and to pay attention to only them and to just listen to them. No amount of work, no amount of business, no amount of tasks, no amount of pressure was more important than the person that was right in front of me. It's a difficult thing to say to the director. But Peggy said it. She said it with integrity, she said it with grace, she said it with class. All the best, Peggy. See you this summer.
Congratulations, Peggy, on your retirement from AES. It is a milestone for the school and for you, and it's wonderful that you're having some time to be recognized and valued for all the contributions you've made to so many people. I'm in my office in Malaysia, and I think of you and the wonderful relationship you have with the Marbury family, well loved. And the unique thing is that you have a personal relationship with each of us. And for me, I thank you for the years of support and encouragement you gave me as a young mother and a newhead's wife in Delhi, India. And as a stepmother, I needed a lot of coaching and understanding, and you helped me through that. And I think I benefit from your counsel and me as well. And I thank you for opening your home and your heart to Jesse and Jamie, and being such a special part of their young years at AES. You also taught me much about India. You held my hand through understanding how to run the household and certain cultural experiences to be enjoyed, and the wonderful hospitality of the Sood family is forever in my heart. I'm thrilled that we continue to see you over the years, and I look forward to the next time that I get to see you and give you a hug. But I cherish the moments of our last visit, and I wish you all the best, Peggy. With love.
The next video is hopefully Sarah and Ian Clark. I guess she was a former second grade teacher and he was a fourth grade teacher from 2004 to 2010, and they are coming to you from Dakar, Senegal.
These guys wanted to say happy retirement to you. Happy retirement, Peggy.
So now I'd like to read a letter from Nola Sessions, who was the ES Tech Coordinator from 2007 to 2011, and she's in New York, New York. Congratulations, Peggy, on your retirement from the professional world of education. What an exciting opportunity for you to follow a new life path. Even though leaving AES will be bittersweet, as there will be much you will miss and people who will miss you, there is so much awaiting you on your next journey. Thank you again for being such a great, wonderful leader, teacher, and colleague. You taught me so much and made my job so much easier. You were extremely supportive, always a great listener and problem solver, a leader whose door was always open. I really appreciated everything you did for me and our tech program. As an advocate and supporter of visions, you treated us all with respect, wanted only the best for our school, and did everything you could to move it forward. I admire you as a leader and person. Enjoy all life has ahead of you. Hugs and love, Nola Sessions.
Next, we have a video from Marty and Mickey Tromberg. Marty was the former AES business manager, and Mickey was the former kindergarten teacher from 1999 to 2009. And they're coming to you from Tokyo, Japan.
Peggy, we can't imagine AES without you. You're the heart and soul of the elementary school. We're also so grateful to you and Dave for starting DIFL and Major League Baseball. Happy retirement. You will be missed.
And the last is actually an audio clip, and this is from Cecilia Arvan and Akila Shrivastava, who I actually worked with, so I feel bad that I never knew how to pronounce her name. She's a former elementary school Spanish teacher from 2003 to 2014, and she's now in San Diego. She says she loves you, Peggy. Okay.
And last but certainly not least, I would like to invite Susan to come and say a few words.
Peggy knows I'm crybaby, so I'm going to try and get through this, Peggy. First, I just want to say to you that it feels like such a love fest in this room. And Peggy, you are in the center of this heartfelt emotions from everybody around here who loves you so much. I know it's cliche to say that no two people are alike, but I really want to say you are unique. You are really one of a kind. Optimistic, over the moon. An advocate for children, absolutely, always. Flexible and adaptable, a master. Creative, without doubt. Loyal, true blue. Wise and intelligent,
immeasurable in so many ways. Peggy, you mean so much to so many. You have the biggest heart, and you share it so generously with anyone who walks through your door, needing your time or attention. You are there for everyone amidst your myriad of responsibilities. You always put people first. While we work together, I marvel at what you accomplished in 1 hour, let alone 1 day, 1 year. You knew everyone in the school, and if there was a problem to be solved, you solved it, and most often with sparks of imagination. Our room to be reconfigured, you brought out the tape measure, and voila, a work order was written. Right, everybody? You had the unique ability to envision space where there seemingly was no space, and, did I mention costume? You managed to take that into consideration too. Your expert mediation skills were called upon every single day. Your lovely sense of humor provided a light touch, and your attention to detail was second to none. Your every act, every decision was made with integrity. Peggy, I could go on and on, but I'm aware that whatever I say, there's so many things I don't say. Mostly what I want to express to you is that your life, these last 30 years, have made a significant difference. There's so many children and adults who have made their way through AES in India. Your passion for what you do has always been palpable, and your love and inspiration live on in all of us. I stand here as one. Peggy, I adore you for more reasons than I can count. And I can only believe that this sentiment is shared by everybody else in this room tonight. I don't think of you actually as retired, but rather redirecting your life in other ways to include family time, personal time, and then yet to be decided upon a project. I stand here with a full heart of gratitude for learning from you and leading with you. It has been an honor and one that I cherish. I love you, baby, and wear that super golden cape proudly.
Peggy, the faculty and the TAs and the staff got together. We wanted to get you something very special. And Paul had a wonderful idea of thinking maybe you would like a painting, something that would remind you of the school. And so we commissioned an artist to come to the school and to paint something beautiful for you, of something that you love. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry. We had her look at the banyan tree, and kids plant the banyan tree. And as she watched, we told her about you and how much we love you and how much you care about the school and the children and us. And she painted the painting, and then she sent me this to give to you as well. And it's her thought process behind all that she did in the painting. And I want to read something that she wrote. And it just amazes me that through us, through looking at the school, she could see you so clearly. And she wrote, Peggy, you are like the tree and the rocks that you loved and protected throughout the years at AES. The kids come and go over the years. They played in your shadows, swung from your branches, but you remained stable and deeply rooted in your commitment to them and love for what you do. 30 years is proof of this. And so we would like with all of our love, present this to you. We'll display this tonight with this so that everybody can read what she wrote, and then we'll put this in a book, and I will also send it to you electronically so you have all of this as a keepsake. And now Peggy has said she would like to say something.
I hope you've been having a good time tonight. Because this has been a little like over Peggy week. And I'm almost sorry. And I particularly want to thank my family who has been so loyal in attending these beautiful events all this week. So thank you, sweetie. Olivia and Nita and Abhinav and Joanna. The kids are not here tonight. And it's true, it all started because I decided to come to India to teach and then met Dave, and luckily he had a coupon for some dinners at a restaurant in town. I needed that because the food was really awful at the school, and one thing led to another, and here we are tonight. And I have to thank Susan and Tim for the most beautiful gift of their presence this evening. And the organizers, of course, who are dear and deep old friends and those who participated in the evening. And I want everyone who is newer to the campus to know that because there was a message from Bob, Mark Krish, and Harvey Ellie, you now have some idea of how we all got started and how deeply rooted we became in the Bantry and in the rocks. Those were our mentors and our leaders and our teachers. And they taught all of us young women how to really do our jobs. And I can never express my appreciation for Bob, Krish, and Harvey Elvey. And then, of course, Rob had the courage to say, hey, I'm calling from Japan. I'm thinking about you for AP. What do you think? And I said, AP? And then he said, hey, you know, assistant principal, all that. And I went, oh, and yeah, not a bad idea after all. So I appreciate enormously the trust that Bob first and then Rob put in me. I've worked with some remarkable directors over the years. The son of one of them even replied on Facebook about yesterday's ceremony. Joe Hornatsky, if you remember David, who's a friend of Abhinav's. And Bob Hetzel was a great mentor. And could we have found a person more helpful in the last 2 difficult years than our dear Paul? Thank you. So I'm very touched and very honored by all that you have put together for me tonight. I actually think that this is just a kindergarten or first grade teacher standing here because that's who I am inside and I've always been and I'm best at. And I realized that the other day when I went to one of our grandchildren's preschool and I thought, oh, wait a minute, this is the place to be. And I've already volunteered to go back. for me, coming from all over Delhi and from Nepal and from London. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. We want to thank everybody for coming out, and we're going to leave these up on display for a while and get the dance music going. And apparently we can dance all night if we want to, so there's no end. So stick around and mingle and get your hugs in and have a good time.
We'd also like to thank Lloyd for